Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Lucid Air Grand Touring. This model's finished off in stellar white with the gloss black roof, and with options, MSRP is just over $136,000. Now for this full EV, this is powered by a 117 kilowatt lithium-ion battery. It's paired with dual motors along with the single-speed transmission, pumps out 819 horsepower, 885 pound-feet of torque. It is all-wheel drive, weighs in right around 5,200 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and has a top speed of 168 miles an hour. It also has a total range up to 512 miles, and with a fast charger, it can gain about 200 miles in 12 minutes. With a normal wall outlet, you're looking at a charging time closer to 10 hours. Now this also has a wheelbase of 116.5 inches. Its overall length is 195.9. It has a width of 86.4, a height of 55.4, and its ground clearance measures in at 5 inches. Now as we move on to the exterior styling, this definitely has a very unique look to it compared to other EVs. In the upper section, this is where all of the LEDs are. You'll notice they will come to life as you approach the vehicle with the DRL strip that runs from headlight housing to headlight housing. The turn signals with another DRL strip are also in the lower section, and those trim accents also have a functional cutout within them. Now you'll notice there's 2 sensors up front as part of the distance pacing and all of those tech features. There's parking sensors too, a forward camera, and then Lucid is spelled out in that gloss black trim piece. Now you'll notice 2 really neat lines on both sides of the hood where there's also functional cutouts. So airflow can pass through and exit and go down those channels on both sides. Now with this being a full EV, that means that there's actually some cargo space up front. With the key fob, there are no labels or any buttons that you can physically see, but if you hold right in the middle of the key fob for a few seconds, that is how you can open up the front hood from outside of the vehicle. And you can tell there's a little bit of space. You can also remove the floor where you have a little bit more cargo. So you can place quite a lot of items up front if needed, which is really nice to use that additional space. And if you hold the middle of that key fob again, that is how you can further close it. You can also use that same control to lock and unlock the vehicle by pushing on it once or twice in order to activate those features. Now as we work our way to the side, this model has the optional 20-inch Aero style wheels, which have a neat look. This also has the regenerative braking, of course. You'll notice some gloss black accents for the lower side skirt. It's also on the power folding side mirrors where there's a camera and a turn signal. And like I mentioned earlier, there's gloss black for the roof. There's also a lot of actual glass as well. You'll notice from the interior, the glass line, or the windshield basically, goes to about here. So you can actually look straight up, and then you have that full panoramic roof for your rear passengers. Now with the vehicle locked, you'll also notice the flush design for the door handles and some smooth lines flowing down the side. Now as we work our way to the back, you'll notice the third brake light is integrated into the glass itself. Lucid is spelled out. There's also LEDs for all of the lighting, backup camera, parking sensors, and then some more gloss black accents. Now you'll notice from the side, you can actually see the line for the trunk. Now there's no control on the key fob for that, so you'll just push the electronic release underneath in order to open that up, and you'll notice with that line, you actually have a very wide and low load height for this vehicle. Now in back, you can also fold down the back seats. You'll notice with one bag, it's not very deep, but you can place in some items, and you also have a lot more storage under the floor to place even more. So it's pretty practical for the space up front and in back, and then you can pull on those to fold those seats down. There's one control up top, so that way you can close the trunk there. Now as we work our way to the interior, when you approach the vehicle, these will pop out so you don't have to use the key fob, which is nice. Now you'll notice there's the sunshades and then some very nice materials with all of the leather. There's wood trim. This is the release, so you just pull on that backwards. There's the window control too, and then Lucid down on the door sill. And then with this seat released, I can fold this down so that way you can see from this angle the cutout that you have to place in some more items as needed. And then as we hop in, there is a lot of leg space. It's a really flat area too, so you can place in some larger items as needed. At 5'10", I have a good bit of space. Now you'll notice there's storage pockets. You get storage in the middle. There's also heated seats for all 3 in the rear. There's all the climate adjustments, and you can also get into the heated seats with the controls on the outside and also adjust the rear sunshade. So you can open and close that one as needed, along with the 2 on both sides there, and then easily get into the climates too. There's also vents above that. And then as you can tell, there's a lot of glass for the roof. And at my height, I have about 1.5 inches or so of headroom. There's Alcantara for the headliner. There's also the leather straps, the dome lights too. It is very spacious for this sedan. Now, there's also cup holders in the middle. There's the armrest with storage, and you can gain access to the trunk space if you need to get some smaller items. You have a lot of visibility along with that small cargo window there just to help see around this pillar. And this also has the soft closed doors, which is a nice touch. You'll notice that the door panel is just like the rear. However, there's all of the window controls and then lots of storage in the lower section. Pretty clean setup. Most of the controls are going to be up front there. Lucid is also down on the door sill, and then there's the power operating front seats with a two-tone design. So you do have a split difference with this model, which is interesting. Now, once we hop in, there's no start-stop button. So once the vehicle feels that you are in and you can feel the weight, put your foot on the brake, and then everything will come to life. And then from here, we can go to reverse or drive. So let's move on to the camera system, where this is the rear view. In the lower screen, you also have additional angles that you can get into. There's also auto park, so you can use that feature as needed and then get back to the surround view. Drive is going to be down. Now you have the forward angle, and then parks on the end of the stock. Now, for the rest of the information, there's not a whole lot to go through for the gauge cluster itself. With it in drive too, when you put on the turn signal, you have the additional blind spot monitoring camera angle. So it's very helpful for merging, or if you just need to see that angle. For the steering wheel, you'll see on the left side, there's cruise control settings, and you have some more controls to get into that, like your speed. And then on the right side, there's volume, tuning, and voice commands. And then to the left, there's one air vent. There's also this additional control panel where you have a lot to go through. Now you can open and close the front using that control there. The vehicle does have to be in park in order for that to be activated. You'll notice there's lock and unlock above that. And then the last one is for the charging port, which is located on the driver's side. Now for this section of the screen, there's the wiper blades, headlight adjustments, and then some defrosters above that. Now, as we work our way to the infotainment system, you have a good bit to go through. There's Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can also pull up the navigation, which will also pull up down below. So you can go through a little bit more information within that system. You can pull up music and then get into phone as well. There's also a few other controls here. You can get into some driver profiles. You have home link. There's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi adjustments that you can also gain access to. Now you'll notice there's Alcantara underneath that, along with leather for the dash. And then there's air vents. There's also temperature and fan speed, and then volume right in the middle. Now for the rest of the lower screen, you have a lot more to go through. You can get into the charge port, the front, you have the rear cargo along with the rear sunshade. You can also get into your seats, where you have quite a lot to gain access to, even for the driver and passenger. Now this is also equipped with massaging seats, so you have all of those functions. There's also different themes here. So you can basically adjust what you would like the background to look like depending on the mood that you like. And then the last one is for charging, so you can go through some of that information. Now in the lower section, you can get into car, where this has a few driving modes. Now within two of the driving modes, you have the regenerative braking, where you can go between off, standard, and high. So depending on if you want the vehicle to coast, you can put it on off, or if you want high, that's a little bit more of the one pedal driving. So when you let your foot off of the accelerator, you don't necessarily have to use the brake pedal. Now underneath that, you also have more controls for the steering wheel, so you do have to use the controls here in order to move it. So you can go up and down and telescope, of course. You can do the same with the mirrors. You can fold the mirrors in, and then you have access to your front and rear storage, lock and unlock. This is how you also gain access to the glove box. So you can push on that control there. Now there's also adjustments for all of the climates, where this has heated and ventilated front seats, the heated steering wheel. You can get into the rear adjustments, including the heated seats for the rear as well. And then you have a few controls up top that you can easily get into. There's also various settings to get into. You have Dream Drive 2, so there's the hands-free drive assist, and you can get through the rest of this information, turning all of this on and off depending on how you want the vehicle to react. There's also displays. You can get into about, there's applications, audio, connectivity. You have quite a lot to go through, and then you do have a shortcut to the surround view. Now you can also swipe the lower section and retract that screen, where you have a lot of hidden storage. Just tap the front of it there, and that's how you can bring it back. Now there's also cup holders, you have wireless charging along with a lot of storage, and you can also close this with the wood trim there and hide that away. You have a little bit of storage in the armrest there. And then up top, there's the rear view along with hazards, dome lights, and this even has sunshades with the Alcantara, and it has the opening there. But from here, you can see the windshield basically goes all the way to the back. So you can look straight up and you have quite a lot of visibility over that right side too, and then over the left side as well. So lots of glass for this sedan. As we sat up behind the wheel for the Lucid Air now, this is the second model that I've been able to take a look at. The first one was the Touring. So with the Grand Touring here, we have even more horsepower, very similar amount of torque. With it in sprint mode, here we go. Oh my goodness, woohoo. That is a fast vehicle. That's one thing with EVs, is that there is instant torque with these vehicles. So they have a very quick acceleration. The moment you tap that accelerator, you are just going to get up to speed. So this has a lot of acceleration to it. It's definitely something that would be fun on a daily basis. And then you can go to smooth mode where you'll have a little bit less acceleration. With Swift and Sprint, that is how you can adjust your regenerative braking. So like I showed earlier, I can go all the way to high and then basically drive with one pedal. So with it in high, the vehicle is going to slow down the moment I let off the accelerator. If you go to off, it's just going to coast when you let off. So just depending on the driving style that you want, maybe you're in stop and go traffic, you don't have to go back and forth quite as much. So that is a neat feature with a lot of EVs and a lot of hybrids as well. Wow, that's so quick. But with this Lucid Air, since this is the second one that I've been able to test out and drive this particular one for a few days, it's a very luxury focused EV. And in the world of EVs, a lot of them have been becoming what I'll say more normalized versus some that just have the larger screen right in the middle. This has a very traditional style to it. There's some upgrades, of course, with the screen down below, but it feels like you're driving a normal vehicle with all of its functions, minus the start-stop button. So you just hop in, and then when you're ready to leave, you put it in park, and you can just exit the vehicle, and it will basically shut off. This is a great option to go with, and you have a few trim levels to choose from depending on your budget and some of the options that you would like to get. But this is a very luxury-focused EV. It has all of the nice materials that you would expect. The suspension is very soft. It's a very quiet vehicle too. Even out on the highway, it's just a very luxury type of sedan, and it's going to be one that you can daily drive. And with its range up to or upwards of 500 miles, it's one that you can go on some extended trips. You can do that in other EVs as well, but with the range on this, it's going to be a little bit better. It's going to give you less range anxiety, in my opinion, with the few EVs that I have been able to drive and test out. We're at 338 right now with the driving that I've done. I don't have any fancy chargers at my house, so I'll just plug this into a normal wall outlet. It won't get that much of a charge, but it will be enough for the week that I have this vehicle and driving it around. So with that range, I think that's very acceptable for an EV, especially with the amount of power that this particular model has. With some of the other models, it's not quite as high of a range. So again, depends on what you're looking for out of your vehicle. And so with it in sprint mode, this is pedal to the floor. And just like that, we have plenty of power at that accelerator. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Lucid Air. Really good amount of visibility. This model has tons of cameras everywhere too. And as you can tell, you can look straight up if you want and see the light coming in. That is one thing that there's no adjustments for the glass. It's a little bit more tinted from the sunshade up, so obviously more visible looking forwards. So you do have a little bit of blockage, but you can still have the sun coming through. So if you want almost like a convertible, something with an open or more open top, this is really one of the only options out there. There's a few other brands that have vehicles with glass like that, but it's very, very limited. But it is neat. It's something different to see. But with the Lucid Air here, really nice layout for all the tech features. It's not overly complicated, pretty simple up top, but you have a lot to go through in the bottom there. But it's just really easy to use and to drive. So it's something that's going to be very comfortable. You can rack up the miles on this. And from what I have been seeing with EV technology, the batteries have been able to last several hundreds of thousands of miles. Well over 100,000 miles. We've been able to see some brands and some models, EV models, over the 100,000 mile mark. And the battery depletion is still in the high 90%. So with how far EVs have come, especially with their battery technology and with the range too, getting well over 500 miles, when EVs first came out, it was in maybe the 200 miles. There's still some models out there in the 200s for their total range, but with a model like this, it is something that is going to last a long time, especially with the battery system. Now with EVs too, there is some depreciation, especially if you are the first owner. So from what I have seen with EV models, usually the second or third owner will lose a lot less because of the initial depreciation hit. But if it's a vehicle you want to buy brand new and you know you'll have for a long time, it's definitely a good one to go with. And even with a mild acceleration, that wasn't even quarter throttle, there's so much potential with the amount of power that you can get from these models. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Lucid Air Grand Touring. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.